Alright, hello my friends. How's it going? How is it going? Good afternoon? Good evening, I guess. Hello. Hello, Mr. Quappa, hello. Cloudiac, hello. Christian, hello. Rabbit, hello. Malik, hello. One Drunk Man. Lana Funzy, hello. Ryotaro, Raslag, welcome. LFK. Hudsy, oh, hello. What's up? Tenloi, hello. Noctom, hello. Uterstrudor, welcome. How's it going? Keegan, sup? Kupo. Oh, Nacho. Been a little bit. How's it going, dude? I don't think you were here last stream, right? Alright. Diego, tell Hinker about how Charlotte is a super similar anime to Darling in the Franxx. I actually am not sure, because I don't think I checked out Charlotte, but Darling in the Franxx is okay for part of it, and then it kind of takes a big nosedive towards the end. So it's like, it's one of those shows that I recommend watching just for the middle part, and then you forget about it, to be honest. Rare Pudsy appearance? Yeah, you lurk here a lot? Oh, I see. I didn't know that. Drua, what's up? Forgot to tune in last time? You didn't forget, you just had stuff to do, that's fine. No, saw a notification, I'll wait the starting student screen, then just never tuned it. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I definitely do take a little while between starting the stream recording and the actual start of the stream. Charlotte's doo-doo, so is Darling in the Franxx. Yeah, I mean, Darling in the Franxx is like A-okay. Like, I would say, so on my any list, I rate things out of 5 stars, basically, like out of 5 points, and Darling in the Franxx is an easy 3 out of 5. I would say 3.5 out of 5. Alright, so let's get right to it. So today we're building a oh, is that a cup? Oh, I guess my coffee mug. Maybe I put it over here. Whatever. So today we're going to be building a duck Jetfire, my bad. Here we have some stabs. Here's our PCB and plate. Over here, we have our case. Darling in the France had good world building, and then it took a nosedive. That's basically what it is. Matte stained, it's okay. I have a lot of dust mats, and honestly, I think a good number of them now are stained. Not gonna lie. Are you using the McLovin PCB? Yeah. So hopefully I won't have the issues that you had, which you said that your PCB just kind of didn't function or something like that. How do you like the Redux? I don't know. I assume it's the same as the V1 though, like the first Zealio, just different housing. Oh, I did try the V1 Zealio Redux. I did build a Wyvern with it off stream. It's okay. I mean, it's all right. It's just like the V1 seriously, just like the old one, just a different housing. So it sounds a little better housing wise, but it's the same old V1 medium tactile switch from back then. Finally finished the semester yesterday. Now I can do absolutely nothing and enjoy the fuck out of it. That sounds great. Sounds like a good way to enjoy the... Oh, I guess for you it might be the winter, but yeah. Nice. It's fixed now? Wait, I didn't select the right controller? I see. So here's the Jetfire. Obviously, as you can see, it is a previously used board. This is I believe this is Scott's weight run that he did when he ran like the Jetfire weights and the Blackbird weights, as well as the I think the Viper and Eagle weights also ran through Scott. Yeah, I think these are the old weights from back then. But yeah, so this is what the layout looks like. It has 3 indicators here for numcap scroll, and then 5 indicators here for the layers. And basically it's essentially a full-size layout. Basically it's gonna be the main cluster here, your F12 all the way here, and then you have nav cluster, and then you have the full numpad with a split 0 key. Yeah, it is Scott's weights. I mean, I remember because I bought a Blackbird weight back in the day. I believe I actually sold my Blackbird back then with the weight, so I don't have one anymore, but yeah. I used to have one of those Scott weights, brass weights. No going out for me? That sounds good, to be honest. I mean, honestly, I would prefer to have a long break. I don't know if I prefer to have a long break in the winter and the summer, but I don't like the summer that much, so I would say winter might be okay. I can deal with the cold a little better than the heat, especially if it's humid. Wait, if I go out, it's like I took a shower with my clothes on. Oh, what? Didn't realize the Jetfire has PCB slits. Oh no, so this is going to be an aftermarket PCB solution basically, because this PCB was developed by was made by McLovin, the McLovin team from Vietnam. So the original Jetfire PCB is the same as all the other older duck PCBs, so green or red with just standard. I mean, all the compatibility, ISO, ANSI, all that stuff, and then O2D programmability. On the other hand, this McLovin PCB, instead of USB micro, this one has USB-C. So today we're actually going to be working with a USB-C PCB, which is pretty nice. And yeah, and so this one also is QMK compatible and all that good stuff, via QMK compatible. So yeah, this is a McLovin PCB. Alright, so just take off the little thingies here. Pretty easy, just use your hands just to break them off. So that one's a little harder, so I'm gonna take it off on this side. I'm gonna just all piece here. You know what I just scored that I'm excited about? 500 vent clears? No, nice. Although, vent clears hit or miss, right? Just like any vintage switch. Hopefully, you know, you'll have a batch or two that you can use. Kaze0x01, hello, welcome. Yeah, that's why I got so many. Yeah, honestly, you end up getting 500, you end up trashing like 200 anyway, so it's always a gamble with vintage switches anyway. I personally tell people just to not even bother with vintage nowadays because there's so many good switches out there. But that said, I mean, if you want, you can take the gamble. Just, you know, just that you need to know that, you know, you're taking the risks of possibly not getting anything good. I bought these Vint Browns years ago and I don't have enough for the Jetfire, so multi-switch time. Oh, so these are Vint Browns, right? Okay, so these are vintage MX Browns with PCB mount, which is kind of nice. Alright, so let's test the PCB first, though. I think that's the first thing we should do, just like every stream. Big gamble, big money. Yeah, it is definitely quite a bit of money that you're spending when you're gambling like that. Just because you end up having, you know, you end up risking the chance that they're just really scratchy or whatever. Alright, there it is. Ollie Jetfire. So the Jetfire PCB, because it's a larger PCB, you only get 2 layers. Especially because you also get underglow. So yeah, basically like all that code only fits 2 layers instead of 4 layers. So that's just like a quick note for those who don't know. Just gonna turn off the underglow for now. Actually, let's turn it off for now. Rainbow Swirl 2. Brightness, somewhere in the middle is fine. Speed, maybe raise it a little bit. Yeah, that's okay. Alright, and let's see. So layout-wise, I need to check here. Regular caps lock, regular left shift, 6.25 use spacebar. So let's see. Bottom row is gonna be 1.5, 1, 1.5, 625, 125, 125, 125, I think. So okay, I think that's perfectly fine. All right, and then numpad split 2U is right. Probably regular numpad for the plus key. So regular numpad plus 2U enter is fine. Full right shift today, and then yeah, the rest is correct, I think. All right, cool. Don't need to test the PCB because RGB means the PCB works. You know, generally speaking, you could actually assume this, but I have like a good number of times already had the issue of having dysfunctional PCBs in some way after I, you know, say that it's going to be fine, but it's not. So yeah, I was gonna test it anyway. Alright, so I actually need to change some of this. This would be a numpad minus key. At the top, let's do insert. Nobody uses insert, so I'm just gonna do. Oh wait, insert delete is already here. Actually, I would probably do page up, page down here. Let's do delete, home, end, and yeah, print screen's fine. Alright, cool. I think that layout's fine. Okay, so let's go to the key tester. Who made the Jetfire? Duck. Duck0113 Korean keyword designer. Oops. Oh shoot. My cable gets a little funky when I like strain it a little too much. Alright. There we go. Alright, test matrix. Okay, so let's test it out. Jetfire was before Quappa was born. What is this? Here is this. I'm still older than the DK Saver by like a few months. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. When you read that, it's just like, damn. Feels old, man. Anyone know where to get an Orion weight these days? You could ask, what's his name? What's his name? There's that Korean dude who does the Orion weights. And Orion spare parts, like the sides and the whatnot. Oh, there's also the Vietnamese dude, number 23. He also does duck accessories. I reached out to him about something, but he didn't respond. So I don't know if you get a response, maybe yeah. But you could ask the number 23 guy. And then in Korea, shit, I don't remember. What was her name? Was it Bomb? No, I don't think it was Bomb. It was somebody else. Was it Bomb? Maybe it was Bomb. But anyway, there was one more person in Korea who did the duck parts, like small group wise and stuff. All Orion weights are the same. I actually don't think so. I actually do think the weights actually do differ between some of the models. So you might just want to check the dimensions just in case. Oh, Mr. Eric, hello. What's up, dude? How are you? Are you back from the trip? Are you back from spending thousands of dollars on K-pop and food? Just giving you shit. Alright, PCB is all good. So let's figure out how many stabs we're gonna live today. Millions even. Oh, I was reminded that again? Of course you're gonna be reminded that. You're gonna be reminded that every other day, basically. Alright, let's see. So we have 625, 2U over here, 2U over here, 2U over here, and 2U over here. And then gonna need, no, when I walked in my room just an hour ago, my room was filled with packages. Oh my goodness. I see. Gentle reminder. And then we have our little thingies here. And we need, 2 more stabs. Right? So regular regular enter and regular plus key for the numpad. You're the one that actually said the coach plane tickets were 4K and went on the first class? Crazy. Crazy when you think about it that way. Alright. So, LEDs over here, which we can put on later on. So we'll just put these on later. Just put them on the side here. Alright, let's do stabs. Where's my... stabs over here. Let's put the case over here. All right. You get like X amount of albums to get to these fan signs. I honestly don't know what the culture around that is like. Do people use SIP sockets for LEDs? Yeah, like some people do if they want to switch LEDs, but 2 giant box of albums? 68 albums. How much is each album? Excuse me? Whose albums? I have 72 albums coming. Hello? Manga? Wow. Okay. Alright, guys. None of you, especially Eric, has nothing to say about my artisan and keyboard and keycap collecting, because that is a whole new level, okay? There is no way. There is just no grounds for criticism anymore. I am absolved from this, because this man is getting 68 plus 72 albums, and this is probably just for one group, okay? This is probably just for a fan sign of one group or one particular person in a group, you know? So yeah, I think I'm absolved from this stuff. Oh my god. Have I ever though? I mean, you know. Anyway, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. I guess every hobby has that kind of stuff, but damn, that's intense, dude. I mean, 68 plus 72, and that's probably for one group is kind of intense. It's really intense. That's really something else. I never imagined it would. One person. Oh my god. Okay, I'm not gonna say anything. I respect a high amount of passion and fervor and fandom of one individual in one group. So yeah, what do you do with all these albums in the first place? Actually, that's actually something I kind of have a question about. I actually don't know. Like, what do you do after that? You just sell them? I assume you just distribute them to other people. Surely you're doing a group buy with people. Surely. Where's our clueless emote? Surely. Oh man, that's intense. That's intense. Sell them, yeah. That's quite some work though, to be honest. It seems like quite a lot of work to be repacking albums or selling them off and whatnot. Oh, do you guys see my new t-shirt? I'm not sure if you guys caught this, but I need to show you my new t-shirt. Eleganto. It came in. Yeah. Not cute. Anyway. Pretty cute shirt. I actually really like the yellow of this, the color of this shirt way more in person than I did when I saw the pictures online. So I'm pretty pleased because the color is like a nice soft kind of yellow. So it actually goes really well with like you know, like clothes you would wear in the summer or something like that. Not as cute as you. I was gonna get that shirt. Yeah, so I actually missed the first drop online, and then I kind of waited, and then sometime later in the day, I think I refreshed and it was back in stock for a bit. So I caught the restock and just ordered. Indeed. Demon Slayer 64. Anyway, so yeah, K-pop. Pretty intense. I never knew that fan signs required that amount of dedication. Like that's really that's a big expense in the first place. But also I just didn't know the numbers were like that high up there for that kind of stuff. Like the reward system essentially is pretty the tiers for the reward system are very high up there. Like it requires a lot of money or dedication, you know? Who would have known? I didn't know it was that bad, but I mean, I wish I was a K-pop girl. Mr. Kupo, aren't you basically famous now? Because Patty, Patricia, aka Finching Wong, aka top keyboard streamer, built that board for you, the Kohaku. So not only do you have a top tier keyboard, but also built by a top tier keyboard content creator and builder. Sheesh. Patty did me the honor? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Kupo basically flexing his celebrity status. The buy-in is just more for foreigners. Okay, I see. Huh. Okay. Real talk about the buy-in thing. When you say the buy-in is more for foreigners, is this like you're trying to say that the fan base in Korea has more access just because they're geographically close and whatnot? But is it more about like it's is it that there's an actual difference between the rewards that you can get as a foreigner versus, like, you know, being local? Isn't Kupo also a Tiha type of moderator? Oh, that's true. Kupo actually famous. Cloudy boy. Just change your username to Mr. Clout. I'm just terminally on Twitch. I believe someone who's new to the chat just came in and asked a question, and I saw on my ads manager that they just hit the ads. So I'm gonna wait like 30 seconds to answer their question. I just like vibing and keep chats. Just vibing. Okay. Just vibing? You mean more like just accumulating clout. Just farming clout. Just the usual fishing. Today I wake up for my daily bread of clout. I pray to the cloudy lords of keyboards. So Eric is famous? Oh, Eric is famous, yes. Anyway, so 31 for fan sign, 28 Koreans and 2 foreigners. Oh my god, it's still the same for it's the same fan sign, just that they probably only need 30 or 40 albums to win. What the heck? That's really off balance. Also, Miku, Wool, Hey Lightning, what are your top 3 sounding boards you have built? Well, personally, I still say to this day that I love the sound of Topre. Personally, I really like the sound of Topre. Lube Topre, honestly, it's hard to top. I personally love it. Some people hate it. They say it's mushy. They say it sounds like garbage, trashy, scratchy, whatever. I love Topre, but a lot of people don't. So, another one. I really like MX Browns on carbon fiber plates. So, for example, my JMV2C with MX Browns on the carbon fiber plate is really nice. But I've also built tactiles on other carbon fiber plates, and they also sound very nice. Overall, I recommend like tactiles on carbon fiber plates, but tactiles that are like lighter, because the heavier tactiles tend to be very the leaf sounds and like whatnot, they tend to get exacerbated a lot more, especially in carbon fiber where like the sound seems to be kind of amplified a little bit more. So I really like tactiles on carbon fiber plate builds like with that. Like a typical top mount is fine, but you could also go with like something gasket or something like that as well. But I would say that applies to like for in general. And then sound wise though, what other boards? I mean that I enjoyed a lot. I mean recently we built this Cake 60 was pretty good. Like long pole stems, sounds pretty good. I can't say that I'm a big fan of long pole stems, but it sounds good. I wouldn't use them like forever, basically, but they do sound very nice. You can always go like can never go wrong with a top mount build. 60 or 80, TKL with like vintage MX blacks or regular like smooth MX blacks with an aluminum plate, something like that also works. Foreigners need to buy anywhere from 50 to 100. Damn. That's crazy though. Your album. Yeah, foreigners are at a clear disadvantage, yeah. It'd be like that. That's called getting ratioed? Yeah, serious. Are there any popular top mount 60 boards? Don't remember much. Popular top mount 60. I mean, there is the X60 and the X60R. And I guess now you have like the RS60. You have like, what other 60% do we have that are top mount right now? It's like someone remind me if any top mount 60s. I guess technically the Dalco 959 is top mount too. I guess the Daji Seiso is kind of like PCB top mount, but I guess it's not the same as having a plate. That was really just called that like a PC mount, but yeah, it's still technically top mount. It still mounts to the top with the Geon tap holes. Does Rock Mini count? Technically not out, so no, I wouldn't count it. Technically not a board that exists like it hasn't been commercially sold to the public, so I don't count that. Derivative is popular, but it's O-ring pop. I think Derivative did have a sale, right? Derivative did have like a... Wait, was it Derivative that had the round... I always get confused. Moment and Derivative, I get those two confused all the time. Because they're both 60s, right? The Moment and the Derivative, I get those confused. If it was a Derivative that just had the round 0 or whatever, then I wouldn't count it. Because FNF, I wouldn't count. I would try not count FNF. I guess technically RS60, actually, I wouldn't count either, because that was also technically like an FNF buy. There was the raffle recently, but it technically hasn't been produced just yet. So it's like most people don't know about it, or don't have it, basically. But let me think. Top mount 60%, pure top mount 60%. Yeah. So I mean, pure top mount 60s. I mean, so I'll say, like, for example, the 959 Mini or whatever, the Dalco, I actually like that one with just regular top mount over anything else. So I would just consider that pure top mount because you don't do anything else with it if you just build it like that. The X60, X60R honestly is pretty good. I used to have an X60, I sold it, and then I got an X60R later on. But pretty solid top mount also. It's like standard wedge too, so nothing special, but just nice and clean, simple. Duck Viper, yeah. So Duck, oh yes. So the Duck Viper V3, yeah. So the Duck Eagle and Viper V3 were IMO, the peak experience of Duck 60%. Because it kind of fixed all the problems that the V2 had. Starting from the quality of the board, like the finish quality, and just like aesthetics did change a little bit, but I personally think they changed for the better, in my opinion. But yeah, the Duck Eagle and Duck Viper V3 are probably the peak top mount 60% experience from Duck. I also had a V2. I had a V2 Eagle, and I had a V1 Viper at some point. I also sold both eventually, but I did have my Duck Viper V1 for like 3 years. Am I the only one who likes the V2 aesthetic more? I actually prefer the V2 aesthetic more for the Orion. I really like the V2 aesthetic on the Orion. With the 3 indicators and everything. But and especially the sides. But I think on the 60% I was fine with the V3 version. But on the Orion I prefer the V2 or V2.5 over the V3. For some reason it kind of seems to suit the larger form factor a little better in my, at least for my personal preference. Moment is gasket mount, polished stainless steel. Wait, I see. Thank you. But yes, I guess you. Oh well. Okay. So, okay. Technically, the thermal is a top mount keyboard. Technically, it actually mounts to the top piece with screws. It just happens to be that the plate extends all the way, the entire piece, and sits like flat on the piece, relatively, and has those cuts, right? With the leaf spring thing. But technically it does mount to the top piece. So it is a top mount board. As it is. You remember the LJ Airs? Yeah, I built a few of them. I built a few LJ Airs before. I used to want one, but I never found the color I wanted. So I kind of gave up on it. One thing about the LG Airs that I didn't like was that it was a little bit hollow on the inside. It was also, I remember it was B's, like a, was that Babyface PCB, right? So the standard 60% WinKeyless.kr PCB. So left side USB. Yeah. What do you think of Gion's stuff? Oh, pretty solid. Gion's general like work and aesthetic in general, like it's all really good. I mean, a lot of people really like, you know, the F18X, the F284, the Frog. Yeah, I mean, soon the W1AT will be out. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people really like Gion's works. So yeah, I mean, overall, I think the opinion is pretty favorable on a lot of Gion's work, and I personally think I like it a lot personally. But I've only had the F18X and I've built one F2. But yeah, just based on that, I can say like it's a pretty solid experience. F18X 722 coming soon. It'd be nice if Gion didn't lose money every group. I don't think he like some things he does, because there's a lot of redos and you know, things that don't go well and that he has to, you know, pay out of pocket essentially to replace. But I think outside of that, I'm sure he's also trying to sell because, you know, he's a business owner. So yeah. So excited for my W1AT to come. Yeah, like I know a lot of people are pretty excited for that one. But yeah, the F1 is pretty nice. Isn't it all sandwiched though? You mean the thermal? The plate just sits at the top actually. It just happens to be sandwiched in the sense that it's because it's like the Dolphin. The plate extends to the sides. But in the case of the Dolphin, you don't actually bolt the plate to any piece. But in the thermal, you actually do bolt the plate to the top piece. Like there are screws that you use to attach the plate to the piece before you put the case together. So I would say the top mount. I mean I would say the thermal is technically top, but it does use that leaf spring plate development that Welva had. So that I think that's why it distinguishes itself quite a bit, because it was like the first to do it in that particular form factor. Rock Mini versus F260. Any opinions? Ooh, I would say I personally think I like the idea of the Frog Mini more than the F260, but that might be because the Frog has the aesthetic, has a less classic aesthetic. I already feel like I own boards that have the classic, like more angular sort of aesthetic. So I'm leaning towards the Frog just for a different look. But yeah, I think based on aesthetic at least, if you wanted something that's more like classic, traditional, sort of like typical like Korean style, like, you know, like more angular, more wedge-like, you know, then the F2 is much more like that than the Frog. So, but I haven't looked at all these specs to sort of tell you like, oh, I have like a preference for one over the other because I feel like the typing's gonna be this way or that way. I haven't thought about that just yet. I normally think about those things when the keyboard group buys are up or like, you know, ready to be up. Yeah, so yeah, I haven't thought about that yet. Both are basically the same mounting wise, so TKL. Oh, okay, I see. Oh, so if that's the case, I actually think the Frog's pretty interesting. I personally think the tap hole mount stuff is actually pretty cool. I know that there are people who prefer the F1/F2 style of mounting with the cut O-ring stuff, but it's nice. It's certainly nice. But I do think the tap hole mount stuff is also like has its own merit. I personally find it more interesting in the sense that it's like not like a hard bolting mechanism. Whereas the O-ring that gets sandwiched, it feels it's gonna be more similar to other gasket sandwich style keyboards. I got the softer tap holes and the 1.2mm PC for my W1 is gonna be so flexy, I hope. I imagine. The W1 is plateless, right? W1 is plateless, right? Yeah. So yeah, 1.2mm and plateless is already going to be a very significant difference, I think, because you're actually just pushing against only one flat surface. If you did have a plate, it would be a different story, because I think like the difference between 1.6 and 1.2 when you do have a plate, like in a top mount case, like you do feel some of the difference, but I would say it's just enough to be like you can discern how soft it is. But when it's like plateless, like in a PCB, and that's the only surface that you're going against, it's gonna be a very, very, very noticeable difference. So it might be a little bit too drastic, who knows? I'm actually wondering if it will cause the PCB to short or something because it kind of bends too much downward, especially at the middle. I mean, you can always prevent shorts using like insulated material, but even then. The 356 key spacing is pretty gross, not gonna lie. I mean, that is true, yeah. The spacing for OTV stuff is pretty out there. Both PCBs coming with the W1, nice. Yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting to see a W1. I didn't get one, but I'll be curious to try one at some point if I ever get to build one. That'll be a fun keyword to try out. Considering I tend to prefer softer typing experiences overall, I think it should be a fun build. What's wrong with spacing on the 356 is pretty much the only thing you have to know about is that it's non-standard. It doesn't adhere to the Cherry spec. So in Cherry spec, 1U is 19.05 millimeters. So basically the space between one square, like in this, like for the switches, right? And the other should be exactly 1U. It's not the case for the 356. For OTD boards in general, it's completely non-standard. They tried to make it tighter, and it's also not even uniformly tighter everywhere. Certain clusters are a little bit off, and certain others are a little bit further off. So you basically have to measure with calipers to get it right. And even then, you know McLovin, right? The people who made this PCB, they tried to reverse engineer the OTD, you know, 456 GT or 360C, you know, the PCBs, right? And they still had issues. So is it hard to put keycaps on it? It just fits the keycaps. The keycaps actually fit okay for like cherry profile. But maybe if you use something bigger like cat or cat cam, or like those like slightly wider at the base keycaps, even though they technically should be just exactly 1U, they might rub because there is some amount of tolerance there that sometimes in production you can have a plus minus small distance. It's harder to take off, but also spacebar spacing's off, yeah. Yeah, so basically you can't use any plate on those boards. You have to use the original plate, and also you have to use the original PCB. Yeah. Or if you have, like for example, if you're going to use the McLovin reverse engineer PCB, they recommend themselves to use the plate that they provide, or that they open sourced for you to make, instead of using the original PCB with their plate, or vice versa, like using the original plate with their PCB. They recommend you to basically match the two parts. Like if you're using the original PCB, then use the original plate. If you're using their PCB, then use their plate as well. So yeah, unfortunate, but it is what it is, considering that they attempted to reverse engineer things there. Oops, forgot to enable captions, but whatever, I guess. The 350 Mimi is also reverse engineered. There's also creamy species that he spearheaded. Yeah, nice and creamy, right? That's the name I haven't heard in a while. Yeah, I don't know what happened to that particular effort over there, so no clue. I know, for example, I was told that people who have original 356 minis were able to use the UTD PCB for their own plates. So I think for this, at least for the 60% version, it's okay to use the UTD PCB for if you want, like if you desperately really want a QMK compatible PCB. QMK and also native USB rather than PS2 USB. So there's that too. But I know for the TKLs you can't do that. For the TKLs you pretty much have to do what I was mentioning just earlier, by matching aftermarket parts with aftermarket parts and matching original with original parts. Yeah. Anyway, y'all up to anything fun this weekend? Oh, good day, Peaches. Hello. I did have a early start to the stream today, so I assume might have caught you off guard. How are you? It is a Sunday over there. How's Sunday morning? You've motivated me to loot more switches. Yeah, just do it. Do it. So many stabs? Yeah. It's like 6 stabs. No, 7 stabs today. Big board. Johnny! ¿Cómo estás? Johnny Testículos. Hello. Throat's still sore? This flu's worse than COVID. Bummer. Hope you recover soon. That's rough. Are you having like a lot of fluids and hopefully taking meds or something to kind of at least alleviate some of the sore throat? Been wanting a duck blackbird for a while with the aftermarket on it. It's annoying. It is a bit harder to find, yeah, compared to the other boards. I think it's mostly maybe because of the layout. I mean, not to mention it was only run once. So there's that. Yeah, the duck blackbird market was kind of a-okay for, like, you know, not too much later after it came out, but then they did kind of settle in other homes and whatnot, so definitely harder to find. Also, it's one of the very few duck boards that has a low angle for typing. One of the very few. Ibuprofen for anti-inflammation. Drinking water is a bit of a torture though. Basically having those NGs every hour. Oh my gosh. That's really rough. That is frankly very, very rough. Sorry to hear that. I'm vibing at the wrong time? What do you mean? Too late? It is just a Saturday night though, for you, I guess. A late one, but still. Just sending good vibes, yeah. Just sending good vibes, exactly. Oh, Peaches! Do you see this? I got the T-shirt. Ta-da! I got the elegant T-shirt. Yeah. Oh, Mr. Juan. 22 months. How's it going? How's the weekend? How's 22 months for good vibes? Our relationship is a toddler. Yeah, seriously. It's a whole lot of responsibility. How's it going, man? How's your weekend? A lot of work? A lot of family stuff? Awesome. Just got back from the beach. Oh, let's go. That sounds good, man. About to get some Tex-Mex. Alright. Well, I hope you have an amazing time and an amazing dinner. What's your favorite Tex-Mex dish? Actually, kind of curious. I actually don't know. Like, people talk about like your favorite Mexican food dish or something, but Tex-Mex, don't talk about it enough. Kind of curious what people like a lot. Nachos? Yeah. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds really good, yeah. Like with the meat and like salsa and all the stuff that you put on it, cheese and pico de gallo and all that kind of stuff. Oh, that sounds so good. Stoked for his scheduled travels? Yeah, very excited to get to travel a little bit more. Very excited. So, for those who don't know, Margs? Oh. Makes sense. Don't even know what's considered Tex-Mex? Like chimichangas are Tex-Mex. Tex-Mex is also kind of like the way the toppings and whatnot are placed. Like what you put in it is also kind of more Tex-Mex-y. Like for example, like traditionally like tacos like in Mexico, like soft tortilla tacos, it's just going to be soft tortilla. 2 of them normally. Small. Meat filling. Onion, cilantro, salsa. That's it. In the US, as Mexican food became popular, people added, people say like, oh, you add like lettuce, cream, tomato, cheese, etc. Burritos count? Burritos? Sort of, yeah. Sort of. Because technically burritos are fairly more common in other parts of the country. In Mexico. But they're still kind of more on the Tex-Mex side. Like, they're more like an American thing. They're more popular in America than they are, like, in Mexico. So, yeah, I guess it kind of counts. Yeah, I think burrito kind of counts. I would say it's like a 50-50. Or maybe like a 60-40. Where I would say it's more of an American thing. Like, enjoyed more in America than in other places, like in the US and other places. So I would say, yeah, burritos do count. So yeah, Tex-Mex is more so like, I would say it's closer to like a US adopted style of Mexican food. So whichever deviates from what you would normally see if you lived and grew up in Mexico and the food culture there, it's going to be closer to what Tex-Mex is defined as. McClack, hello. Mark sounds so good right now. Actually, though, right? Especially with the heat, sounds great. But yes, so I was saying, for those who want to, or for those who are attending any meetups soon, there's a small meetup in New York on the 17th, so this coming weekend. It's gonna be a very small one, or relatively small. And then in NorCal, there's a bigger meetup happening on the 23rd in San Jose. NorCalKeyboards.com if you wanted to check out the tickets and the details. It's at Guild House in San Jose. I'm going to attend that on the 23rd. So I'm flying out and I'll be there for the weekend. Does your A64 ever overheat when streaming? No, because first of all, I try to keep my room cool. I always run a fan, and right now the AC is running in the background. Right now I just have a noise filter to filter out a lot of that noise. But also the A6400 handles video capture a lot better than, for example, the A6500 or the A6000. I believe both the A6400 and the A6300, or whichever was the A6400, and then any models thereafter should be handling the overheating / battery and whatnot, like the power issue, a lot better than the previous models. That was something that it solved by introducing the A6400. Morgantown in November, it's TBD, yeah. Still TBD for me. Primarily because Morgantown... so for Morgantown, the Novel Keys meetup, for me, is to be decided because it's pretty expensive to go there, first of all. I mean, to stay there actually is more expensive. Going, it's okay, like you go to Pittsburgh, and I guess you still do have to take like an Uber or rent a car or something like that to get to Morgantown. But then the accommodations are also not cheap. Is what I realized. The accommodations to go to stay in Morgantown is actually not cheap, especially around that time. There might be something going on, maybe like a football thing, or I don't know. Didn't even think about housing? Yeah, no, it's yeah, the problem with going to West Virginia is not just the flight situation, it's also the accommodation. I mean, nowadays, right now, like, people are going to, there's a Nashville meetup. So right now, a lot of, like, artisan makers and a lot of, like, keyboard people, like, they're talking about going to a Nashville meetup on the 28th of August. And a friend of mine and other people I know were looking to accommodations in Nashville. And they're saying that, like, a 2-bed like place was like $250 per night. Hotels are also like the twin bed or 2 queen bed, or I'm not sure what it is. Situation was also like $250, anywhere from $250 to $400 a night for that particular weekend, just to stay there. So not only do you have to fly out there to Nashville, but even staying in like Airbnb or hotels or whatever options are really expensive right now. So I was like, I would love to go. Like maybe I could pay for my own flight, but I mean the accommodations just like pile up the expense really quickly. Like not only will you be spending on food and transportation, yeah, expense pile up pretty fast. Especially if you're traveling from afar. That's what I'm saying. Ask NK to sponsor their office couch. Yeah, I could ask. I feel like they would have offered already, I got Bolo Pao. What's up, Hinker? How's it going? 490 Equinox the highlight. I'm not sure. I don't know what's going on. Bring sleeping bag? Seriously, right? Just sleep at the meetup venue. I don't even know what the deal is with that. Alright. Stabs. I think are done. Oh yeah, I know Equinox. I know Equinox. I mean, anything in Chelsea is also super expensive in general. Wait. That's that. Hey Diego, what's your favorite switch? Exclamation switches if you want to see what switches I like, but generally I like Cherry MX switches, like MX Browns, MX Blacks. Just as long as they're smooth, it's fine. I don't really care. Vintage, Hyperglide, I don't care about the distinction, to be honest. Couldn't care about the distinction at all. I really don't care. As long as they're smooth enough, it's fine, to be honest. Don't care. And then yeah, like Gatangs, alpacas. Recently enjoyed like using like red switches, like if I'm like craving something like a long pole switch. But I mean, like a lot of the JWK options are pretty good, like especially like maybe like paired with like an aluminum or like a FR4 plate. Sometimes like even like palm plate, that kind of stuff works really well too. Like Popus, OP Blacks are pretty nice as well. Yeah. Where's this tactile gray switch that's supposed to go on the spacebar? Somewhere. Okay, if I see it, if you guys see it, let me know. But for now, I'm just gonna put this on. That makes the Browns. Oh, Ergo Clear is also very nice. I like Mod M switches quite a bit. They're like a medium tactile. I don't like heavily tactile switches, so I don't like Poly Pandas anymore. Don't really like them. Don't really like you know, like Salmons or like, you know, all those like heavy tactile switches. Not my thing. Not quite my thing. And do I use spring swap? Most of the time I will spring swap if it's like a Cherry MX spring. I tend to spring swap because the standard weightings on Cherry MX are not good, and also not good for me at least. I tend to prefer between 60 and 65 gram for most things. And yeah, if it's like crunchy or pingy or whatever, then I just switch. If it's fine even after I lubed it and it's the weighting that I like, then I just leave it. I don't bother with spring swapping everything. I only spring swap the stuff that just doesn't sound good after the lubing, or after like modding a few switches. Oh, here's the tab. Great. Yeah. When I travel with my Kendo teammates, we have enough people to book a whole room at a backpackers. I guess that makes sense. But I mean, that's, yeah, team traveling a little bit different, I guess. I guess people could always yeah. So I mean, I know that people also still will basically just rent places, like bigger places, like in groups, like larger groups. But right now, even that is expensive here, like in travel. Yeah, pretty crazy, but it is how it is right now. Just expensive for everything travel wise, whether it is airplane tickets or accommodations. Sad feel brass blade Chimkey Oblivion noises. I actually did have, you know, Holy Pandas and the brass plate, that kind of stuff, but yeah, I ended up not liking Holy Pandas nearly as much after a while I used them. I did use my Holy Pandas for quite some time, actually. I actually might still have a batch of Holy Pandas. I still have a original batch of Holy Pandas, like about 60%'s worth of them, but I don't really use them too much. I have them for like testing and like other things when people like want like a reference. I see it now. US, New York have OG Holy Panda $6 a Switch. Mason, you're late to the party. I already sold a lot of my OG Holy Pandas when they inflated. You're too late to the party, but I already did that. Too long ago. Long ago did my panda sell for like $4 or whatever. Can you put the Zealios on the numpad? Oh, okay, sure. Is it the whole numpad that goes with the Zealios? Oh, maybe it is. Alright. Put these in the main section. Numpad and keys above. Don't have enough browns for the whole thing. That's fine. And let's see. 1.25. 1.25. Zealios. Here. All I have to say, USC half PayPal Holy Pandas $4 a Switch. You actually want Holy Pandas though? Honestly, yeah. I mean, they were pretty good at the time. Like at the time, it was a new thing having Holy Pandas. It was really a revolutionary Switch in the sense that it really was so much more tactile than the other stuff available in the market. And it really brought out a whole wave of Switches with it, like including the Zealio V2s and like all these, like the T1s and all these other Switches, right? That basically essentially copied what the Holy Panda was trying to do. So it did shape the market. And it was a new experience for sure. But eventually for me, what wore out on me was the fact that it was just too tactile and I got, like, my fingers would get tired in using it. But yeah, that's really what it was. Not anymore, I just happen to spend money in stupid ways. Alright, let's see if I have keys that I need here. I think I have numpad keys. Well, we'll see. Let's see. I have numpad keys over here. So let me go get some numpad keys in just a bit. For now, let's test the regular section. Okay, so let's see here. Let's just test this main part. Oh, I forgot to put a switch over here. Alright. Okay, and Ask Mr. Quakens about Holy Pandas. Yeah, Mr. Quakens, back when he was doing still a lot of top class stuff, that's when the original Holy Pandas came about. So, pretty cool. It's a cool little bit of history, how the Franken Switch was born. Alright. Oopsie. Sorry about that. Let's test this part here. Okay, that sounds good. No rattle, at least on any of the two sides, or ticking. Try replacing the switch actually. Sure. Actually, no, never mind. That's the tactile gray. That's why it sounded different. Never mind. Okay, there's no ticking. Okay, sounds fine. Okay, that sounds good. Let's see, I should have some numpad keys here. Okay. Okay, good. About to build a board with a lot of stabs, WT, I mean W1AT or whatever it's called. It's shipping soon. 5 stabs? Oh my god, so many stabs. Poor Peaches! She has to use 5 stabs! Oh my gosh. 5 stabs, guys. Cry me a river. Because we never use 5 stabs every time we build a TKL. I'm just being obnoxious. Ignore me. I just call that board the wide boy. Think about it this way, you're doing all these steps is still faster than Nathan doing a split backspace, split right shift 60%. Excuse me. I guess Nathan also, you know, maybe he takes care of his stabs and takes a long time to achieve perfection. But I don't know. I actually haven't touched a Nathan built board in a long time because I haven't been to any meetups in a while. 2 more stabs than our usual 3. Yeah, because it's 3 for like an HKB. But technically, if you're doing like a split backspace Alice layout board, that's still 1, 2, 3, 4 stabs at least. So his Kage at the last West Virginia meetup got me on the Browns on top mount polycarb wave. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. MX Browns pretty sweet. Using Browns right now. Super nice. Super nice. Super nice indeed. Are all these using stock springs? I believe these are stock springs. The weighting feels pretty light. So I think these might be stock springs. What are your top 3 Alice? I mean, I own the original TGR Alice, so I guess I would name that as one because I like it. At least the one I have built. The Nunu is really nice in my opinion. The Tengu is really nice. The Praxis also is very nice. I mean, they all use the same plate though, so it's honestly very hard to miss Alice layout boards. But assuming you use like a different different mounting, like the Tengu, which uses a different mounting from the original top mount. Like the Tengu is really nice in my opinion. But for top mount Alice boards, they're all kind of the same. You know? They're all kind of the same. Like they all use exact same plate mounting position, like the top mounting positions on the plate. The only thing that's gonna differ is depending on the way you design the case, they might sound a little different. Because maybe in some cases there's more room than others. But yeah. On the MX Tactile Gray, yeah, it's 62 gram, yeah. Don't want to send it to FC. FC will be proud. I'm sure. Have you seen the Mechanist ETA? Yeah, I believe Reborn was talking a lot about it a while back. Yeah, I've seen it before. It's basically the Alice layout from Mechanist, who is the designer of the Fiel. Yeah. I mean, pretty much looks like an Alice. It sure looks like an Alice to me. The bump-ons, huh? Interesting. Full pump-on shapes. Kind of thick. The weight looks pretty sweet. Pretty nice. Very cool engraving. Engraving looks very nice. That color that he chose, like that ultramarine sort of color, is very nice too. But I don't know what kind of. I actually don't know what like what kind of mounting or kind of keyboard this will be, but yeah, it's nice. At least those pictures do look very nice. No offense to all the designers who do top mount Alice, I kind of feel not much progression when it comes to Alice keyboard. I mean, yeah, it's basically the same thing. I don't think there's any innovation in making a board that looks exactly like the same layout, same plate. I mean, other than the look that you're changing, there's nothing else to it, really. Is there? There actually isn't much to it. You're basically just making an enclosure to accommodate the plate. That's pretty much all it is. I'd rather own an acrylic Alex over a metal one. Acrylic, honestly, acrylic boards are pretty underrated overall, but they do sound really nice. I love how my Stellar 65 sounds, and I really like how acrylic boards in general tend to sound. Like, plastic boards just sound really nice. Just overall. So yeah. And I think especially with the longer, wider sort of layouts, Alice is a very, long layout because it basically is the size of a TKL, lengthwise. And then because of the split, right? It sounds very good in those, longer, larger, chassis, essentially. I think it's kind of like using those old vintage cases with, a lot of space on the interior and maybe PCB mount or whatever. Maybe they do have a play, but they sound really nice, but they're made out of plastic, TGR A17 is probably going to be the only TGR board I own. Sorry, caught a little bug. Fly looking bug. It's bothering me. I have a custom engraved acrylic Alex sitting around. Oh, nice. You should build it. They sound pretty good, IMO. It has a bunch of Pepe emotes engraved on it. That sounds fun. Yeah, build it, dude. What a waste not building it. You already have volunteers in the chat who will do it for you, so no excuse now to not build that board, Imagine paying double the price I paid for it in shipping. Do you have it made locally or something? Or was it just that cheap? Yeah. I mean, I guess it's more that shipping is expensive, but yeah. Locally? Oh, sweet. Sweet. That's nice. Being able to have something made locally that's pretty nice. Cheap shipping if it's only going one way. True. Lana has a point. It only has to go one way, I guess. I've literally never used these stoppers before. Oh, really? Yeah, they're included in the TX tabs. Pretty simple though. They're just basically like little picks that you just insert in the middle of the clip. So basically, they just stop the clip-in stabs from popping out when you pull. It's like I only got one bag here instead of 2 bags. I mean, I don't know why the other TX stab box didn't have a second bag, like its own bag of them, but it's okay. Not a big deal. Stacy, your toothpick to use. Oh gosh. Yeah, in case you need an extra toothpick around after a meal. I would recommend using them for TX tabs, yes. The clips on the TX tabs are a little bit smoother than the ones on regular cherry clip-ins. So they will pop out a little bit more easily. I do think I have some spare shims here, so I'll just use a couple of mine. Zonas, hello, good afternoon. Good evening for me, but good afternoon to you if you are a few time zones behind me. I am in the East Coast, so maybe you're not. East Coast of the US, rather. Would it be hard to use shims with clip-in? No, I think it'll work. I think they would fit fine too. I think you could use these same shims or you know, clips or whatever in the regular cherry clip-ins as well. I think you should be able to use them. Not a big deal. Evening, night. It's it's past midnight. 45 past midnight over there. I see. So you're in the EU, I imagine. Well, good evening or good night to you. How are you doing? All right, I think we're basically ready to go. Soldering here. It's gonna be a longer soldering session here today. We have a couple of spare switches. We have some LEDs here to do. Maybe I'll do them right after this. Let's first do the main part of the soldering. Then we can focus on the LEDs once we verify functionality of the switches. What about 6 AM? Are you in 6 AM land, Drua? Or do you wake up at 6 AM? Alright, now we wait for this to heat up. Not too shabby. I actually managed to get my office tidied up today. It was an absolute mess. Oh, nice. I'm indeed in 6 AM land. Wait, 6 AM land? Wait, Drew, are you in Asia? That's fun. Oh, looks like the music stopped. Alright, let's solder. It was Eric's carpool ride. He wouldn't be it wouldn't be 6 AM though if he were actually in Korea, for example. Only for a bit? Oh, leaving in 4 days? Oh, okay. Was it a longer visit, or is it just like really a short visit? I mean, that's kind of a bummer because Asia is pretty fun to visit, in my opinion. But well, I hope you had a good time though. Many albums that you have to buy. Mao. I think Drua is in Vietnam. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Only for a wedding? Ah, I see. I hope it was fun. I'm gonna be here for 2 weeks total. Oh, that's not too bad. Could have been shorter and that would suck. It's fun to visit though. Local Viet food probably so dank. Yeah. Have you tried Stabies? Yes, I have. I have tried Stabies. I tried a prototype version of them a long time ago, and then I recently tried the V2. It's pretty good. Pretty good. No issues really that I've had anyway. They're just like the screw-in versions of similar to like TX, where the fitment of the parts is more snug, so the tuning is a little bit easier. But you still should be lubing your stabs nonetheless. Alright, y'all, I'm not gonna go through all of the separate items for the sponsors, but there are sponsors for this channel, and I suggest you to check them out. I'm just gonna remind you of the group buys that are still ongoing right now, that I can recall off the top of my head, rather. So I actually don't remember all of them, but I try. Buy beige, indeed. First of all, indeed, one of the ongoing current group buys is GMK Classic Beige through Space Cable, spaceholdings.net. It's basically the revamp of the well-known GMK KA1953. So actually Dennis, who is actually one of the moderators of our chat, I'm not sure if he's here. Oh no, never mind. He's currently on vacation. But Mr. Dennis, he actually decided to basically revamp this key set. And it's essentially modern compatibility for it, and you know, it preserves the same R5 bottom row and now extends it even further with all the 1.25 euro compatibility, and you also have the good old cherry novelties and the windowed keys as well. So yeah, I highly recommend checking out GMK Classic Beige. We also have the Hangul Beige, which is now a rerun of the first group buy that was run by Mr. Zondat and Novel Keys back then. But you have the option to get a Hangul Beige add-on kit now. Wow, I should just replace Nathan's giant ass sponsors command with a website link to it. Yeah, you could do that. I did that because actually the timer / command on the bot has a character limit, and some links are kind of long, and so I just didn't want to bother with link shorteners or updating that. So if I actually centralize to one website link, it's a lot easier to manage. But yeah, check out GMK Classic Beige and Hangul Beige on Space Cables. Space Cables is also currently running the Bergen by Ryuk. I'm not sure it's Ruck or Ryuk, or I'm not sure. Ryuk Tech. But anyway, this is a keyboard, a 60% keyboard that is it's all manufactured in the USA and will be finished by Space Cables. They'll be using Cerakote and other techniques to finish this keyboard, and it will be all manufactured in the US. They are the global vendor for it, and they are building. They are running a group buy for this custom keyboard worldwide, and so they come in 3 different colorways. There's a black and red colorway. There's a silver and blue colorway, or light gray and blue colorway, and then there's a quote-unquote retro colorway, which is basically similar to the Dolce colorway, which has like a teal and gray tones to it. But yeah, check out the Bergen. I will be building a Bergen prototype. Mr. Alex Oto's already built one, I believe yesterday. But yes, there will be a Bergen prototype built sometime next week, so tune in then. But yeah, for now I don't have any specific date or time announcements to make about the Bergen prototype, but this will probably happen next week once the unit arrives and all that stuff. And we'll get to it then. Let's see, what other group buys are currently ongoing through our sponsors? Let me think. The Agile, Canon Keys, CBV. Novel Keys just opened their Aluv, or Aluv. It's like the olive. It's like the aluminum version of GMK Olive. They did open that pre-order just recently, so that is available for a fairly hefty price tag. But if you are interested in anodized aluminum keycaps after a certain colorway, there now is an example of them, which is the Aluvia key set. But yeah, the olive version of it is going to be also made in aluminum, so if you want to check that out, Novel Keys did just open a pre-order for it. Alright, next, let's see. OmniType Project, Prime Keyboards, Salvan. Yeah, I guess Kinetic Labs is gonna be having their Polycaps code in stock very soon. I think that's all I remember group buy wise at the moment. Group buy or upcoming products that are important to know. I mean, there will be more GMK group buys running through Canon Keys and OmniType eventually, so you'll get to see news on those soon. But yeah, nothing else at the moment. Backspace, ooh, hello, how's it going? Anyway, don't also forget to check out any affiliates. There's Zepsody, there's Mode, there's Keyspresso and Lboard. Also affiliate with the channel, mechanicalkeyboards.com. If you purchase any OEM keyboards from mechanicalkeyboards.com, they're also affiliated. I have a creator code on there. Creator code Lightning. Easy to remember. Mechanicalkeyboards.com also sells any OEM keyboards, you know, like maybe Philco or HKB, Leopold, etc. If you purchase anything like that from mechanicalkeyboards.com, there is a creator code, and if you use it, it does provide a small kickback and no additional cost to you. So yeah, there are some affiliates to the channel as well. All right, this soldering should be done pretty soon. Oh, in the meantime, maybe y'all should think about what keyset we want to put on this. We have a black duck Jetfire today. And we have MX Browns for most of the switches. The numpad is the main typing part is going to be all MX Browns. But the numpad has some Zealio V1 Redux switches. And polycarbonate plate for the build. Wob? Yeah, we could do Wob, to be honest. I do have Wob, so we could do Wob. Nice and simple. Always a solid option to use Wob. Wob or Terminal, just because I like seeing Terminal. Terminal is a pretty nice set for sure. Definitely don't see it that often, huh? These days. Don't see enough Wob these days. Also true. Also true. That's a fact. No cap for real, for real. Bussin'. Alright, let's test this PCB now. On God. Yeah. Based. Basado. Alright, let's see. Oh, yeah, you also need to see about the LEDs here. Wait, where the heck is it? Oh, did it find it? Something. What? Where's my PCB, yo? It's well, it's working, but it's not showing up on the VIA. Let me reopen VIA for a sec. I just have too many devices. Oh, there. Oh, there you go. I showed it. All right. Key tester, test matrix. Oh, did I not solder this one? Maybe I didn't. Maybe I missed it. I can double check. I think I might have missed this one. I think I missed it. Okay. Oh yeah, I missed one. There it is. Okay. Okay, cool. All right, everything's working. Actually, let me flip it over and now try doing some LED stuff. Let's see. So LEDs, layers, indicators. Before I get to do that though, actually I'm gonna check the case. Make sure that the case will fit the LEDs. So we'll just leave it plugged in like this is fine for now. Alright, let's open up the case. All right, let's see. Lay it down here for now. Okay, take off these. Oh, these guys still have the little protective plastic or whatever on it. So let's take them out. Let's take them off. Just checking, are there enough LEDs for all case 8 lights? For all 8 case lights? I don't know. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see first of all fitment for the LED slots, and then we can check about how many we have. I mean, you won't need more than 5 actually, because you only need 2 layers technically. So yeah. Oh my gosh, these are like actually kind of hard to take off. Get it from this side. Get it from this side instead. Yeah, take this thing off. No, wait, it's already. Oh no, it's this side. Oh my gosh. Okay. I remember a lesson that I had to learn many years ago. I heard that if you mess around with the longest diffuser of the Jetfire, nothing will happen. Just saying. Oh. Oh god. Just kidding. It's an inside joke, kind of. Something that happened back then. Anyway, alright. So we have our plate screws here. Let's check our LEDs. Alright, we have quite a few LEDs, and let's just check if they fit. Okay, no, they fit perfectly in the slot, so that's good. I assume they're all the same color. So now I just need to check whether which one lights up. Okay, that's... These are blue LEDs? Wait, are they all the same color? Let's see. Yeah, they're all blue LEDs. Okay, so that's plus. And then I assume this is gonna be layer 1. And then layer 2. Okay, great. Alright, cool. Let's now solder LEDs. Pretty faint. Not very bright, but that's actually okay. They don't need to be bright for functional. There's only 2 layers. I actually don't think I even need to put more than those 2. So let's just put just those 2. I don't need to waste more LEDs than we have to. All right. So for this, what I do is just press them in a little bit and then just do one leg first. Just do one leg on all the 3 LEDs here. Here, just do one leg here on these 2. Okay, so that's done. And then they're all gonna be super crooked and super out of place, but you basically just fix that by heating up that one leg that you used. Just press it in until it's at the right height. Oh, a little further, I think. Something like that, I think, should do for this one. Well, this one is pretty close to the same height actually, so that's fine. And then this one, maybe just adjust the rotation just a little bit here too. Okay, that's fine. Oh, whoops! That one came off. Didn't really get soldered. Take care of this one first. There's not quite enough solder on there right now. The boards on the 817 are the only boards that have tasteful RGB. Definitely not too many boards with a lot of RGB out there. I mean, there are a lot of boards with RGB, but definitely not too many that I would say use RGB in a way that really looks very attractive. I mean, there are some that have like nice diffusers. Like I like the way the E exclusive E7 does the top side ones. Those ones look pretty cool actually. I do like those. The 7 like logo one. That one looks nice. PC Nunu with clear caps was the most RGB I've seen. Oh, was that with the Adelaide PCB or whatever? Alright, let's just check that the LEDs actually fit in the case. Okay. Seem like there's... oh, I mean the screws are on, but doesn't look like there's real obstruction there, so but let's take off those screws too. Might as well. Also, the only thing I don't like about RGB on aluminum cases is the bleaching that occurs with radiation. That's the only thing I don't like about LEDs with alu cases, is that they can get bleached a little bit over time. All right, let's see though here. Okay. Alright, I think this is good. Alright, so I think I'm just gonna screw it in. And then I'm going to test one last time and then remove the legs on the... Okay, let's get the rest of this done. Okay, all right. Let's just test our RGB again. I mean, our LEDs, my bad. This guy's here. Okay. Alright, so that's numlock, pretty sure. That works. Be able to do scroll lock. Which one is it? Okay, so layer 1. Oh yeah, there's scroll lock over here. And I assume this is caps lock, but let me disable this first. And then do caps lock. Is this caps lock? Which one's caps lock? There it is, caps lock. Num lock. And scroll lock. Okay, they're all working. And layer keys. Nice. Alright, cool. They're all good. Can you put the big bongo on the numpad? You can't put it. I don't have an adapter for it. It would just kind of be there. I don't have like the... Like you need like an adapter for that. But I don't have that. Okay. Let's enable that. What is that? Alright. Alright, we're good to go. Just gonna chop off these LED legs. Okay. I thought it was just 2 times 2U. No, it's not. It actually has a big ass stem in the middle. So you actually need to use like an adapter for it. Alright, so for now, for this part here, so I need to put this on. I forget what the orientation of this was. It should be this way then. This way, and then these guys basically align with the screw hole here. This one. This guy. He lines up. Wait, oh yeah, I don't remember this one. Oh wait, no, it's this way. Okay. Way around the port like this. Okay, cool. Okay. They will rock. Okay. Oh yeah, there is an artisan redeem, so I can just refund you your points first. Alright, that's it. Alrighty, what key set are we choosing? Are we just doing wob today? Are we doing white on black? We can just do white on black. We can go for white on black and then I'll be right back. Wob? Alright, wob it is. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, here it is, white on black. Alright, let's see. Space bars. Wait, is this a complete set? That's cool. Alright, let's put the set first on, and then we can decide if we want any accents or anything like that. So I can find all the keys that I need first. And then go from there. Also, did I do this wrong? This bottom row? Did I screw up this bottom row? Let me check this bottom row again. What the heck? I think it might be wrong. Hold on. 1.5, 1.5? Do I need to scooch this over one? Ugh, I might have to. Okay. I might have gotten that one wrong because of the bottom right here. I have to open it up to just scooch one switch over to the left. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. I think if I see a gray Orion for a decent price, I might buy it. Looks so nice. Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty nice. That's for sure. Oh, Mr. Spoos, hello. What's up, dude? What's cooking? Oh yeah, okay, I need to scooch this over to the left one slot. I thought I was doing the same thing as like most TKLs or whatever, where you basically align them all the way in, but I need to scooch this over one to the left so that I can use the 1.5 unit. There. Okay, and alright, so that's noted. Let's leave an alt key to the side. Let's fix that in just a second. And let's put the rest on for now. Let's see. 3. Page up. Recently saw a black one selling for 450 euro. That's not bad. I have seen gray Orion sell for about, yeah, like 450, yeah. Like 450, 500-ish, like dollars. It's about right. I mean, they retail for like 500 basically. So like five something actually because of the fees. Yeah. Okay, so alt there, and then I need some of the 1.25U modifiers. Wait, so okay, I need to scooch this one over. All right, let's see how this works. 1.25, 1.25, 1.25. So 1.25, 1.25. Actually, let's. How does this work? So I actually think the diagram on the VIA thing is not right. Let me check the Keycap thread for the Jetfire. because let's see. 1.51, 1.5, 1.51, 1.5, 625, 1.5, 1.51, or 1.51, 1.5. Okay, so that's... Oh no, you can also do 1.25, 1.25, 1.25, 625. Oh, what a... Okay, so okay, I need to 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 65. Is this 65? Yeah, it is 65. 65, 1.25, 1.25, 1.25, right? So if I put a keycap puller, if I put, I want to code here. 1.25 and the other 1.25 here. Alt. So this doesn't work, but on the other hand, that's kind of strange spacing. Hold on. What's going on here? So if I use 1.5, if I just put it over here, that will work. Oh, that math is kind of weird here. Okay, I see now. 1.5. Yeah, oh, okay. So 1.25, 1.25. Shit, okay, I see now. I see my mistake. I didn't realize that there are two different slots for for 625. Okay, I'll maybe fix this later. Off stream, but so for now I think I'm gonna do 1.5 1 actually no, I'm gonna scooch this over and do 1.25s for now, and then change this side to 1.5 instead. Yeah, well, I'm just gonna invert the two sides and fix that for now, and then maybe later I can do the bottom rail different. So I'll change that up right now. Yeah, there's two spots for the 625. So there's a way to do... So basically, if you do 1.5 here... So if I do 1.5, 1, 1.5, it scooches over this 6.25 over here. So you basically end up like this, right? And then this would have to scooch over one slot so that the rest can fit. So I basically put the... So I could just scoot this stab over, to be honest, so I can try that right now, because it only requires desoldering this part here, because the plate is a polycarb plate. So I could try that. So I can try it. So let's try that. All right, yeah, sure. That sounds good to me. So let's just put the keys that I need aside for it. So I'm gonna need... Oh yeah, there's already the... So I already have the keys I need, basically. I just need to scoot this one over by one. So, I'll go from there. So let's actually just take these out first. Yeah, so basically there's two ways to do the bottom row. There's a way to do 1.25s on the left, or 1.25s on the right. If you decide to do 1.25s on the right and do 1.5s over here, then you have to scoot the spacebar over to the right a bit. If you decide to do 1.25s on the left, then you can scoot over the spacebar to the left as such. So, if that makes sense. Yeah. So, I'm gonna scoot it over to the right one, basically. Yeah. Nice spot. That's a very tight spot for the key puller is like really gonna fit here. Maybe I'll just need to scoot it up a little up, actually. I'm actually gonna leave the keys and put these aside for now. Weird? Yeah, it's It's because of the way the arrow clusters here, so that's why. Because this is a very small separator between the arrows and the main bottom row. So let's just scoot that over in a second. I'll organize this part here. Oh, Mr. FC. Mr. FC, hello. How's it going? Thanks so much for the raid. How's it going? Party 22 from Epsilon. Keyboards, welcome, welcome. How's it cooking? What's going on? Okay. So actually, do I just want to put some top row keys here? Like and end and all those. Finish a keep on Q1. Oh, nice. Wait, let's put this keycap first, so I don't have to deal with them later. Just not for... Very nice. How did that go, Mr. Epsy? How's the keep thing? Right, let's see. And where's the print screen? Screen. We'll try some non-stock keycaps later and like chamois and shirky on it. Nice. Very cool. I have not seen a Q1 myself, actually. Someone was actually going to send me their Keychron board for me to mod, but they decided against it because they got caught up with other customs, and they were like, I'm about to spend monies on this, and I decided that I'm not gonna send it. I was like, alright, good luck. Crafts all over the GMK Pro. I haven't tried the GMK Pro either, so I wouldn't know. Can't tell you anything about it. Okay. So let's these here. It's aside. You too big time for these entry boards? Not quite. I mean, people do send like I've had like Vermillos and Leopold and Filcos and other like Cooler Master boards sent to me for modding and stuff, or like for like desoldering and like resoldering with like different switches and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. For some reason, Keychron hasn't come around. Okay, let's open this guy up first. Bongo and F13, not sure what colors you have though. We could make it an accent, or we can do like a... Yeah, we can do like an accent key or something like that. I'm so hungry, I just need to complain? Okay. Nice. That's cute. Go eat then. Need to comply with the daily quota? Yeah, sandwich time. Easy clap. Sliding keywords only builds the other KC. Oh right, Keychron, key cult, right? Right. Alright, so I messed up the spacing down here, so we're just gonna desolder some parts of the bottom row and fix this. Quick question. What's the reasoning behind stabilizer orientation? Why went to the wire face the top of the PC versus the bottom? Basically, design-wise, it will depend on the... so, for example, if you have a south-facing spacebar orientation, it sticks out from this edge of the PCB, right? It actually, you actually, the footprint of the PCB becomes slightly thicker, slightly wider. So that means your bezel needs to accommodate for that space. So you need to have more space here at the bezel. So it's gonna eat up more space here. So if you have a thick bezel, it's okay to use a south facing, or if you like have a cutout for it. And also depends on the switch cutouts, yeah, for on the plate as well. So obviously your PCB always should match the plate, right? So that your stabilizer can actually travel the full extent vertically. So there's that too. But I mean, at least as far as keyboard design is concerned, some people, for example, will switch. Okay, so one thing that I should explain clearly is that, for example, you see how you have, okay, so normally like on a TKL, let's say, you have south-facing stabilizers on all the 2U sections, okay? And according to Cherry Spec, that actually fits, okay? But a lot of people over the course of the years have decided to switch the orientation of the enter key to face the north. In other words, that the wire faces this way, like upwards. That's north facing. And the reason for that is because they think that the enter stabilizer and the right shift stabilizer actually interfere with each other, but according to Cherry Spec, they don't. It just happens to be that, for example, using like some screen stabilizers, they tend to have a smidge bigger footprint on the plastic piece, basically, like because of maybe of the nut for the screw-in part or something like that. And so basically they rub, like the corners rub or something like that. And so like PCB designers sometimes are like, oh my god, that actually means it's interfering, so I should probably flip this over to the north. But technically you can actually do south facing for all these. But for the spacebar, yeah, it's gonna depend on whether you wanted this to eat up part of your board bezel on the bottom side. And for example, you also, for example, you have considerations like, you know, like people have been using like those O-ring gasket boards, the ones where you put the entire O-ring around the assembly. For those, you need to consider that the fact that because if you're eating up, you know, space on around the edges, then the O-ring's gonna stretch more over there because the stabilizer is just like pushing it out. So you need to also consider that, for example. So yeah. So there's things like that to consider. I don't know what else to say about it, really. Alright. I'm new to the stream. Quick question: would it be better or cheaper to use an Arduino for the brains of the keyboard and solder the diodes and other stuff? Heard it's better from a mate. That's gonna be tough. If you're thinking of doing like a hand wired build for the matrix, for the addressing of the keys, doing it out of like a Teensy or something like that, like an Arduino basically, or you know, to use like a microcontroller for that, for the controlling the board itself, that's gonna be quite a lot of soldering, first of all, and hand wiring requires a lot of organization. You can definitely do it. It's doable. It's 100% doable. It's actually a good way to, well, not have to have your own PCB design, that kind of stuff, which is the circuit board or the brains of the keyboard. It is doable, but it's going to be a more laborious task. So it's going to be more manual labor, and you need to stay organized in figuring out how to do the grid, basically, for mapping each of the keys to the right location. It is doable. People have done it, and people do hand-wired builds a lot. There's guides out there for that. You can look it up. Yeah. Laborious, yes, laborious. Alright, so these are all in the right locations, except for our spacebar key, and our stabilizer position. So let's just rearrange that, and we should be good to go. I'll look into it more. Sounds good. Okay, I'm just gonna wait a little. I still need to desolder these. Okay, and let's just take off these switches. I think you just need to desolder the switch on the spacebar. I'm desoldering just this whole part of it, just so that I have a little bit more flexibility on the plate. Just so that I don't end up straining it too much. It's just like a precautionary measure, but it's not entirely necessary. Okay, so those switches are off. So what I'm gonna do is pop this stabilizer out. And all I need to do is scoot it over and basically give it enough space for it to be taken off from the socket here. There. Okay. Right. Is it enough is the question. Enough space is the question with the polycarb plate. Okay, okay, came off. Now the other side, I'm gonna do it off the camera for a second because I need to grab onto the plate, and the table sits a little high. All right, there, it's off. So now I'm just gonna scooch it over to the right. Maybe I'll just grab some bump tweezers for that. Okay, no, I don't have enough leverage when I put it on the table because it's just too high. All right, there. Could desolder more switches to give it more space here. Is this the harvesting season? Oh. For switches? A little bit more here. You know what? I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna play it safe and desolder some more switches here. As much as I would love to bend the plate a little more, I'm better off desoldering a little more. Oh. All right, there it is. Put them on now. Put them on. Make this come off. Cool. Oh, hello. Forbidden, hello. Thank you so much for the raid. How's it going? Alright, we're just moving the stab over here. So that's done. Put the little tabs back on here. Can't grab them properly. Okay. Done. Everything is great. Time for proper keyboard building now, though. Proper keyboard building. What were you up to today? Alright, we're good here. So let's put this one on here. Be one over. Built a Timo V2. Oh, nice. I like the Timo. It's not that hard to use actually. Because it's pretty much like a 60, but the number you can just put in a function layer. The problem with 40s for me is the loss of punctuation marks and stuff like that. Always tends to complicate my life a little bit more than I want to. But other than that, I think it's okay. Alright. Small mistakes were made, but we have fixed them. So just to make sure that I am doing the correct thing, let's double check the bottom row by putting the caps on. Because I expect the backspace to be closer. Having the extra symbols in the 40s kind of throws me off. Oh, let's see. Oh, well, I guess if you're used to using 40s, then yeah. If you're not, like, if you're a pleb like myself, then it doesn't really matter. Alright, cool. Sick. Alright. Alright. Let's see now. Let's solder the rest back on here. Alright, so I'm gonna be a Chad, and I'm gonna solder back on using the desoldering gun, because that's what we do when I am too lazy to use the actual soldering iron to solder. This thing melts at the same rate anyway, so let's just do it. It is basically the same thing, yeah, exactly. It's basically the same thing. The only thing is the tip is a bit larger to work around. It is essentially the same thing. Oh no, what happened to soldering iron? I was too lazy to heat that one up again, so I just used the desoldering gun to solder. Laziness. That's all. Alright, we're done. Alright, now we can put this back together. If it works, it works. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It simply works. Also, these LEDs need to go in. Okay, let's just double check here. Okay. Let's just double check my bottom row is working properly. Alright, cool, that works. Alright, cool. Let's move on. Okay, so bottom diffuser goes on. And then the rest. This one. There. All right. Let's go for here. Good. All right, it is now complete. There it is. All right, there it is. Okay, so I have two questions. Or actually, you know, one thing I'm gonna just make an executive choice for is I'm gonna change the enter key for these. It is Korea Hanmingu enter because it's for a Korean keyboard. So we're gonna replace that. And then the next thing is, do we want to put black Modi? Or actually the problem with black Modi is the numpad will be unaffected. That's the only thing about it though. The numpad will remain the same because there's no numpad modifiers. That's just something to note. RGBW. I actually don't think I have RGBW. I only have RGBY, RGBK. I don't have RGBW because I don't use RGBW in general. No choices, otherwise I'm just gonna leave it as a wob. CMYW, I don't know. Where's my CMYW? I don't know. Do I have CMYW right now? I can check. You know, I actually don't think I'm gonna like CMYW because of how uneven it is. I think I'm gonna leave it as wob. I think I'm just gonna leave it like this. I think I like it better like this, because otherwise the numpad ends up being different. So, and I probably wouldn't like that. All right, yeah, it is time to pick keycaps. So, LFK did ask for a bongo on F13. So for that, we have a few choices. We have this. We have this. And this, and this. A little hard to see from up top, I think. But, maybe I'll try to like... Oh my gosh, okay, it's a little harder to display, but... LFK gets a choice of that. And then for the other one, you guys can decide if you want. If not, I'll make a choice. I like the pink one. All right, pink one it is. Fractal. Fractal, fractal, fractal. This one. This is a nice choice. Kind of pops. Kind of pops, yeah. Fractal or Mictlan Pain. Mictlan Pain is over... Wait, where did I put it? Oh, here. The Mictlan Pain over here. Let me make it up close. We could do that. Either or, actually. Have a choice? No? Yay? Nay? Pain or no pain? Right, for sure. Alright. I guess I'll figure it out otherwise. We're flipping a keycap. If it ends up top sided, we get pain. If it ends up bottom sided, we get Zairu or whatever. Fractal. Okay, got a top side. So we get the pain. Okay. That was rigged. Well, it's just the way the cookie crumbles, my friend. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. All right, let's see. Why is there a pink bongo? Because someone asked for it. It doesn't match. Pain. Put more bongos. All right, let's see. Let me switch over the mic. Aggressive comment on YouTube. Extra please, thank you so much for the resub for 6 months. Appreciate it. Someone in the YouTube comments surely about to go off about how it doesn't match. Yeah, I know. They're gonna start calling me names. Something about me being yeah, something. Oop. All right. Let's get to it. Let's imagine if he gets called a thawker again. Just kidding. Thawker cannot match Thawkin hell. Pretty bussin'. Alright, let's give this a try. So tonight we have this duck Jetfire. It's been a while since I built something of this layout. It currently is built with Cherry MX Browns for pretty much everything except for the numpad. The numpad has some Zealio V1 Redux switches, but I'm going to be typing on this part, so it doesn't matter. So basically Cherry MX Browns on a polycarb plate. And yeah, let's give it a shot. This is a top mount keyboard. And it does have an internal brass weight, just so you know. Alright, let's give it a shot. I got timed out, smooch. Big if true. I can give it a quick shot against Fusebot. All right, let's do this 30-second one for the timeout people. Can you do the number typing test since the numpad has different switches? Yeah, we could try a fun box. We can try a fun box test. Oh my god. One drunk man knows about numpad. Remember that time when we did a numpad test? That was suffering. But we can try it. We can try it today. Alright. Anyway, so this was Cherry MX Browns on this side of the board. Let's just listen to the mods on this side of the board and we can go to the numpad in just a second. So this is, yeah, Cherry MX Browns on a polycarb plate. Do you hear any leaf noise on these MX Browns? It's not so much leaf noise as much as it is that the switch is pretty lightly lubed. I would say that the switches are like lightly lubed, so I actually hear more of the kind of like stock switch sound more so than a leaf noise. Yeah, they're pretty lightly lubed with the 3204 here. So it's like a fairly light application, but I mean they're smooth, but I would say they're not like buttery smooth either. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit of the scratchiness of the switch though. Film, yes, TX films. TX films. The natural scratch drowns it out. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Yeah, it definitely is a bit of that natural cherry MX scratch though. Especially since these do, I mean, they're supposed to be vintage or whatever. Even if the board is clean, like, you know, over time they do accumulate some dust. So yeah, and also they have a amount of scratchiness just from the way the molds are. Yeah. Okay, so that was this part of the board, which has cherry MX Browns, and then here on the right side we have this numpad. The scratch personality, I mean, it certainly is its own thing, yeah. You can try a fun box test here. So fun box, and then this number test basically does this in numbers. For the space, I guess I'm just gonna use my left hand, or maybe, I don't know. Oh, maybe I'm gonna, does the enter key serve a space here? No, so I'm gonna remap the enter key as a space, so that I can like do this test. So I think if I just remap this to space, I can do this one now. Let's see. Yeah, alright. Ooh, yeah, this is going to be a little awkward to hit the the 0 key, because the 0 key has well, it's a 1U instead of a 2U. So yeah. Alright. Let's give this a shot. Now this is a numpad. This one has Zealio V1 Redux switches. These are also lubed with 3204. And yeah, we'll give it a shot here. Alright, here we go. Oh my god. Okay, let's try this again. It's kind of awkward to do enter like this, but okay. Here we go. Ah! Oh no. Ah, fuck. Ah! Oh my god. Oh my god. Multiverse account Diego is mauling right now. Yeah, it's difficult. They should have an option to auto space. That would be kind of nice. Anxiety attack. Yeah, you can see my veins popping here. What happened? It's a numpad test. If you have never tried it, let me do like a 15-second one really quick. Anyway, that's a little faster, but yeah. That made me sweat just watching. Oh my god, use the type that speed on regular typing test. I mean, yeah, we always start slow, but yeah. Alright, well that was the numpad, okay? So let's see. Alright, so here is just the Zealio part of the board. Actually, these Zealio is pretty smooth. Pretty nice, actually. Very nice and smooth. Definitely a little bit more tactile than the MX Browns, though. You can definitely tell a little bit of a difference there. A little bit snappier on the tactility of the Zealios versus the MX Browns. Is this a real PC or duck plastic plate? I guess it's a duck plastic plate. Maybe it's not PC, but it's basically a frosted type of plastic, yeah. I guess it's maybe not true polycarbonate. No, I don't really know what the actual composition would be anyway. Codebra, hola, hello. Anything out of Monkey Time, just an average typer. How does it feel compared to Ergo Clears? I mean, it has that similar medium tactility to Ergo Clears. I mean, Zealio V1s are actually pretty close to what Ergo Clears are supposed to be like, with a lighter spring, yeah. I like the tactility of Zealio V1s personally. I would say sometimes Ergo Clears can actually feel a little bit more tactile, but it's pretty close. It's really close. Yeah. And if we, if we did a different test here. Does Seafield approve of V1 Reduxes? I actually don't remember what he said about him. I think he might have bought some though, to try. Alrighty. So I guess that's all we have for the typing section. Unless y'all had any questions. So as you can see here, do they have equally as shitty leaf crunch compared to Ergo Clears? Maybe a little better. I think Ergo Clears are also a little bit prone to like age, I guess, because a lot of the Ergo Clears that we get are like from OEM boards. Or like, older boards too. But yeah, MX switches all suffer from leaf crunch, to be honest. So it's probably a batch dependent situation. In my experience, I feel like I've had equally bad Zealio and clear switches, and there's been times when it was not as bad, not as noticeable. Maybe I was just tuned it out, maybe, but I'm not entirely sure. That's really the case. Yeah. Anyway, so here is the board, just to show you up close what it looks like. With the RGB on. So you can see the RGB diffusion is really good actually. I actually really like the RGB diffusion on this particular PCB because, so the difference between this and the original PCB is, first of all, this is a Mech 11 PCB with QMK and VIA compatibility. It has USB-C, my bad, USB-C port instead of a micro port, and the diffusion. The diffusion of the lighting is a lot better because the LEDs actually face outward on this PCB. They use the sideward facing LEDs, and so this actually faces towards the diffusers, and the light diffusion is much better on these Mech 11 PCBs compared to the originals, which actually point down instead. So yeah, overall these LEDs are actually nicer for usage. Yeah, USB 3. My bad. But yeah, this is what the board looks like though up close. Jetfire is basically a full-size layout, pretty much. There's our num lock LED as well. But yeah, pretty sweet. If you're like going to use this for work, it's pretty nice. And then I'm just gonna actually I'll keep it plugged in for now, but just so I can show you the side profile with the LED on. That's what the side looks like. So this is 11 degrees for the typing angle. I'm gonna try not to strain my cable too much here. But that's what it looks like from the. Alright, I'm gonna now unplug this. So you can see it's a quite steep typing angle, but if you have proper typing posture, this is actually not a problem. Yeah. That board looks heavier than my cat. Might probably be, yeah. Anyway, yeah. So this is what the board looks like. The bottom is just pretty standard. It's just all black. Obviously with a lot of currently fingerprint marks, just because my hands are really, very sweaty, I guess. For the fronts called, they want that slope. Oh man, I actually do miss cycling a lot. I used to ride a bike a lot, and not anymore. Not since I had a bike when I was in the Washington D.C. area, but not anymore since I moved to New York. But I might want to get back into cycling. It's pretty fun. But yeah, Florida has these awesome trails on the beach. I recommend. Sounds pretty fun. Yeah. I mean, actually, New York City biking is not as bad as you think. There are like safer roads, basically, like especially like towards the highway side of things, or like there's like the Riverside Park area, and they're basically separate for cyclists and for runners, and so it can be pretty safe. Could you hug JD? Think I redeemed it earlier. Oh yeah, sure. I certainly can. Good boys over there. Hard Cherry MX Tactile Grays. They're basically the same as they're basically the equivalent of MX Clears. But they're just gray. And well, no, they're actually, I guess, somewhere in the middle. But yeah, they're gray. Normally they have a heavier spring stock, but this one was spring swap with 62 grams. So yeah. But yeah, it's supposed to be like the spacebar switch, tactile switch. Normally it comes with a heavy spring, but this one was spring swap for the sake of the build. Yeah, they recall it MX Clears, yeah. Okay, I'm back. Alright, friends. I think that's all for tonight. That's all I got for today. Y'all have any last minute questions or anything I can help or answer? Let me know. But otherwise, it's pretty much everything for the build for today. Great stream as always. Thank you. Oh, sorry for the chat overlay was off. All right. So let's see if we can rate somebody. Let's see. Enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you, thank you. Let's see. Gonna check who we can raid. Where is page here? Alright, who's live right now? I see. Ooh, there's not many keyboard people on today, actually. Are there no keyboard people at all? I actually don't see any keyboard people on today. It is a Saturday night, I guess. Okay, do you guys have any suggestions? Do you guys wanted to see any particular games or anything like that? Or otherwise, let me see if there's like a makers and crafting or something like that, like an artist or something that we could also check out. Let's see. Yeah, no particular people who are doing any keyword builds today. Okay, I guess if we don't have anybody here, oh, Disastertron actually is doing a community games day. That kind of sounds interesting. I see that Disastertron is playing some games. Currently playing golf with friends. Golf can be pretty fun. But we can go shoot Disastertron a quick raid. And then you guys can see if you know anybody who is currently playing golf with friends. Alright. Raid Disastertron. Alright. Does golf ruin? I mean, let's see. What should we tell Disastertron? Let's just say, do you think golf ruins friendships as badly as Catan? Meowgo think. Golf gang over golf? Alright, friends. Appreciate the company tonight. Sorry for the long stream today. But I appreciate y'all for, you know, bearing with it. But otherwise, I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'll probably be building... won't be the Bergen just yet. I believe I have a Jane V2C to build at some point soon. And yeah, I'll probably catch you guys on the next one. But then otherwise, I'll see you later. Take it easy. Have a good rest of your weekend. Good night. Bye-bye.